Hello, my name is Judith Evans. I'm going to talk a little bit about the IC cold store audits. In particular, I'm going to talk about one of the audits we carried out at a potato frozen store. This particular store stored frozen potato chips and chilled potato chips, and we spent some time at the audit looking at how they could use their energy. The store was located in Belgium and had 8 stores, 7 of which were frozen and 1 which was chilled. All the stores handled frozen and chilled potatoes, and the rooms ran on a common refrigeration plant running on ammonia. It's a combination of screw and reciprocating compressors with one very large evaporative condenser. In terms of the heat loads on the store, this graph shows the heat loads on each of the store. And it's interesting to note that the heat loads do vary between the stores. Some stores are used more highly than others, and others tend to have different heat loads due to slightly different insulation, different lighting, different usage. One of the things that's very apparent is the product load on all of the stores. This particular product was bought into the store at above the store temperature, and so the dominant load on all the stores was product load to reduce the product down to the cold store temperature. The main issues we found when we did the audit, as I said, was product load. It's not really possible to reduce the product load. Although it's not very ideal to freeze product within a cold store, it was part of the contract the cold store had with the producer, and so there was very little we could do about that. One of the issues we did find, though, was infiltration. You can see in the picture on the right, all the doors in the cold store had strip curtains, and the infiltration was between 10 and 15% of the loads. The doors were left open for quite long periods of time, and all the strip curtains on the doors were damaged. And the doors were left open for perhaps up to 60% of the day. Replacing the strip curtains and recommissioning the already installed door opening system would save about 10.5% of the energy that the store used. Rapid roll doors would actually save more energy, but they probably wouldn't be that cost effective for the cold store. Lighting also was an issue. Lighting was about 2.7% of the heat load in the chiller and up to 6.4% of the load in the frozen stores. Currently the store was all fluorescent lighting. LED lighting would reduce the energy consumption by about 85% and reduce the overall energy that's used by the store by about 7%. In terms of the refrigeration system, we found some issues with the control of the refrigeration system. We suggested changing the controls so the compressors were used in a different sequence. We suggested reducing the condensing pressure and also reducing the defrost times, as these seem to be excessive. Overall, we found savings of somewhere between 30 and 40% if all these initiatives were implemented. If you'd like to find out more information about the audits that we carried out, you can find out more information on the IC website. There's also information about the other audits that we carried out, and you can see these in some of the other webinars.